Hey, what's up, everyone? In this video, I'm going to show you something really exciting, and that's how to take the data that people input into your listing type fields and how to dynamically pull that data into other areas of your website. In this video, we're going to be answering, I'm going to show you live how I answered the question from one of my clients, one of their requests on how to dynamically populate their dynamic author pages to include specific data from a specific field. In this case, we are going to show the expertise of their authors, what gives them credibility on her platform. So she has a field called experience and credentials, I think it was. And she wants to we pull that data into the author pages so that when her community, her users go and look at these authors, they say, oh, this is what gives them their credibility. This is why we should trust them, right? So again, dynamically pulling in that information is what's really key here. And this isn't limited to author pages. You can take what I'm about to show you. You can create any type of page, author page, a regular page, a region page, a category page, anything you can dream of. You can even create a custom listing design. So think about that. Rather than relying on MyListing's drag and drop system, you could create an Elementor based system from this if you really wanted to get into the weeds. Okay. Really exciting stuff. And to do this, we're going to use a plugin called Dynamic.ooo, and it's included in the starter sites, and it's also available to all of my clients. So if you are under Manage My Listing, Website Care, you're under the club's hosting, or you've purchased a starter site, you get access to this plugin. Let's go ahead and you can also, if you get a discount for this plugin if you're not a client. So go to the club website, grab the deal. Let's go ahead and quickly look at this plugin's features. So again, dynamic content for Elementor, also known as Dynamic.ooo. All right, tons and tons of widgets to add features and design to your website. Okay, whether it's WooCommerce, just regular creativity stuff, advanced custom fields, which is a huge part of MyListing. If we go up under extensions, all kinds of other things, especially drawing your attention to Elementor Pro forms. You can do a million things with Elementor Pro forms. Starter sites include the single listing contact forms are built with Elementor Pro. That is a unique thing that I've done with MyListing over the years, is replace contact form 7 with Elementor Pro, which is also available to all my clients. Okay, so you take your forms to a whole new level there. Dynamic tags is what we're going to be working with in this video. So you can do all kinds of crazy dynamic things using this plugin. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in, and I'm going to answer my client's question live here with you. I've already done it with her, but we're gonna redo it together live here. So let's first go to our users, and let's look at my author page. So just view that on the front end here. Okay, so this is included with the starter site, or you can download this from the club, but this is a dynamic author page. So we see here that it's pulling in posts. It's also pulling in at the top a bio from the user account. And then down here, we're pulling in all of our listings, okay, on the platform for this particular author, okay? So the next thing we need to do to answer her question was we need to populate somewhere in this template the data that she was asking for, okay? So let's go over to our listing type. I've created an author listing type, but it's completely blank. There's nothing in it, okay? So we're gonna go to fields, and we're gonna add a text field. We'll use the text area custom field. And we're just gonna call this experience, okay? You'll see here there's a custom key called experience in here. That is literally the key to what we're doing. This is part of those, the whole dynamic aspect of this. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. Now let's go to our listings, and I've created a test listing for an author. So let's create that. Let's then populate the experience field. I have vast experience building my listing website. Okay, let's save this. Okay, And we have that data in there. Now we need to put it into our author template somehow. All right. So let's find our templates. So this is an Elementor based template. We're going to do a search for author. Okay. You have one, you can have more, but you typically have one author template, but you could have multiple that assign to different authors if you want. So this is the one global author template. And what we're going to want to do is right after bio, let's put in their experience. All right. So I'm just going to duplicate this heading. Call it experience. The next thing we want to do is do a search for the Elementor widget. Start typing in the word dynamic. Okay. And we're looking for this right here, dynamic posts. We're going to drop that in right after that experience heading, and we're going to configure this up. Okay. So the first area we want to go to is items. So over here on the left, expand items. We don't want to pull in an image. We just want text. So we're going to get rid of the featured image. We're going to change the title here. From the dropdown, we're going to change it to our custom meta field. That's the field I showed you just a bit ago in the listing type. Okay. From the meta field dropdown, we're going to choose experience. Let's type in EXP. There we go. Here's our experience field. Field type is going to be text. For the wrapper HTML tag, let's just go ahead and choose P. This is just paragraph text, right? So let's do that. Next thing we want to do is go down to query. So we need to pull data from somewhere. So we need to say post type is going to be listing. Everything else will stay the same by default. You can adjust it if you want. Now we need to go and say under query filter, hey, let's just pull in the data from the author. All right. So under query filter by author, and we don't want to manually go in here and select authors because we want this to be 100% dynamic, right? So we're going to click on this pencil, and that's going to say, hey, let's pull in from our current author. And as we see here on my screen, there you go. It's already pulling in the data. Okay, and you can adjust the no results behavior here. You can put an image in here, some text, whatever, just in case that author may not have their experience filled in. So you can define how that looks here. All right. You can even say just hide the whole darn thing if they haven't filled in that field. You see what I mean? All right, let's go ahead and update that. And let's go back to our author page. And when we do, we're going to see that same data come in, the experience heading with my experience in here. Boom, just like that. All right, let's go look now at a different author. Let's look at this test author. Okay, so this is how it looks because they have not filled in this field. So this is what that you can define this again, however you want, but we just say no results found because they haven't input anything into that particular field. All right. But if I was to go over here to this author listing and now assign it to this test author, because now this is their listing and they have essentially filled in this field, this will now populate for them. See that? Super cool stuff. Now, if I was to create another listing, let's call this Ryan. This is an author under the author listing type. This is Ryan's experience. Publish that. I'm already the author because I'm the admin of the site, so we are good there. This author, their author page has their information, right? Now, if I refresh mine, there we go. This is my unique experience. This is their unique experience. 100% dynamic. Now, this is just for the author page. You can, like I said, you can do this for anything. You can pull data from any of your fields and drop it anywhere on your MyListing website where you can drop that Elementor widget. And it's a little more complex, but you can even get outside of Elementor if you want and do it with short codes. You can now take any of your field data, anything in your listing type configuration. Let's go back here. Anything. So if I pull up one of my other listing types, expert in this case, any of this data that's in here, you can pull anywhere on your MyListing website, literally. Another cool thing, like if you really want to take this to an extreme level, let's go to an expert listing here just for fun. Let's pull up this one. And if you've ever seen how listings are built on the front end, the single listings, and if this looks wonky, it's just because it's a test site. This is not how the starter sites look entirely. You could literally build this layout down here if you wanted. You can recreate this entire listing if you really wanted to get into the weeds of it. Literally could. You're just pulling in. See these icons right here, the quick icons? Look at the homepage of my starter site. See this right here? This is done with Dynamic.ooo. You have the icons with tooltips. Now let's go back to the listing. Icons with tooltips. You could, if you took the time and got into the weeds, you could recreate your listings to look however you want. That's going to be a lot of work initially, but you could do it if you really wanted to. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. At the very least, this shows you how to populate author pages dynamically, 100%, region pages, category pages, regular page. Output your field data anywhere and everywhere you want dynamically. Hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you in the next one.